What's up, y'all? I'm about to get the raw LAURELLE today, baby. About to get this makeup popping for today. Now, I hope y'all smoking with me because I'm about to be smoking like a motherfucker in this video, okay? Now, I just washed my face. I have my wig cap on, okay? So today I want it to be a natural look. I'm going for native to the lands, as most black people are in America. So this is my concoction that I mixed with that primer. And let that sit. And then I'm getting ready to light the fuck up. Okay. So the kids are asleep. They have been sleeping in since summer began. And I try to get all my shit in while they are sleeping. Okay. Otherwise, I won't get nothing done. I won't get nothing done. So, I thank you all for still subscribing to my channel. Even though I haven't done any tarot readings on this channel in quite some time. And I was thinking about starting those back up again. It just depends, honey, because you know, to me, it'd be embarrassing to have low views. Even though you pick up, you know, new subscribers and stuff like that, it just be really embarrassing to me to have low views under my name. Just as a YouTuber. Even though I do get a lot more clients underneath the surface, you know, when ain't nobody looking and shit. So I think I'm smoking Tina. That's like the weed of the week. Shit, bitch bought a whole ounce of this shit and some. I think I bought like two different kinds of weed. So Native Princess look. Let's get this concealer popping. Because I don't want y'all thinking that it be taking me 5 million years just to get my makeup on. But I like to take my time, like I said, but I'm on my own time limit. So I'm putting on some concealer because I'm just going to do really light foundation and cheek because I'm going for natural look today. So I have had to hold in a lot. Okay. Yeah, I know my American Psycho is still watching. Still watching me, waiting for me to say something about them or to say something about their family. And I have no motherfucking, I don't have any regrets. Shit. I don't. But it's got me in a state of mind where I I want to date anybody. I don't want to deal with anybody. Okay? It's just gotten to that point. You know, I really like this black opal. True color. They have really nice foundations in all shades and all different colors. I haven't even, I use this, but I had 2 of them over here because they were on sale. So I bought 2 of them. Yes, I did. So I've been having a lot of under eye bags. You just can't even talk. So I've been having to put a whole bunch of gel pads under my eyes. So I wanted to talk about this American Psycho. It might seem like some up on gossip, but it is what it is, okay? It's taken me a while to get over the situation that I have been through. It's taken me years so far to see the light at the end of the tunnel in love. I'm not saying that I don't believe in love, but it's taken me a while, some celibacy. Celibacy, time alone, figuring myself out to know what I truly want. And I'm at this point where he has tarnished pretty much what I view, how I view as love and what love is. And not saying that in a negative way, but it is what it is, okay? It is, let's just be real. Once you meet certain people and they give off these energies and you exchange energy with them, they leave some sort of impact. So I knew that eventually, like, we kept getting back together, kept going back and forth with each other. And I finally came to the realization that his patterns were the same. He was doing the same things. And I just could not live like that. I just couldn't live like that. I thought that I was going to get married to this person. I thought that, you know, I just couldn't live like that. I just couldn't. But what made me really disturbed was this nigga was dirty. Okay? I asked myself, when's the last time you actually been checked for STDs? And when's the last time, you know, before we met, did you ever go to the doctor? And he just smirked it off. He would always just smirk things off as if it was, you know, something that shouldn't be talked about. And that's why I started to look up psychology. Like, you know, when someone ignores you, when you ask them certain questions and they're not being very adult-like, they're being very passive about what's happening in the situation, it makes you question their perspective and their motives after a while. And it's not a shyness, it's more so of a manipulation of not speaking. And that to me is abuse. So right now I'm putting on Opulence Zova, the dark color. And then I go from the light in this blush palette. But like I said, I'm not trying to, like, you know, I want this to look very as natural as possible in the facial area. But it helped me gain a perspective of what my boundaries were, what I would tolerate and what I wouldn't tolerate. If I seen someone not speaking up, if you didn't speak up, in the conversation, I had realized that that was manipulation. Even if you didn't have the answers, as an adult, you should know the answers off top. And I remember I questioned him and was like, when's the last time you read a book? You know, just things like that. And getting to know someone, you know, is like, uh-oh, you don't want to go down that road. And I'm just cleaning up this under the eye. I'm getting ready to get one of my sponges. But you know, in the dating field, you want to get to know somebody. You want them to get to know you. That did not happen, honey. That did not happen. It was so rushed that, you know, he just moved right on in. He didn't have no place to stay, and I was wrong for dating a man that was living out of his car. And I'm like, well, shit, I got all these kids, we got this food. I was just being a straight up pick-me-sha. Let's get married. I'm thinking that, you know, marriage is what my parents had, where I was headed to, where I was raised, and that ain't happened because he kept like finding excuses or reasons to leave, the most pettiest things to leave, and to find a way to avoid the situation. And I just, after a while, I just couldn't tolerate it. After a while. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to put on some pressed powder over the blush and also over my concealer and foundation. But I realized that, you know, something was truly wrong. Something was truly, truly wrong. And as an adult, you know, taking responsibility, it should start becoming natural to you as you become older. And you could tell that he did not work on that whatsoever. And I was trying to work on myself, work on this relationship, work on that, work on the kids, you know, trying to do everything that I could. But he just kept doing really strange things, and I just couldn't stand narcissistic behavior. I didn't know what it was, and I just couldn't stand it. I could not stand it. I didn't know what was happening to me. I'm thinking the way of my thinking is okay. Like, it's, you know, societal wise, I'm doing the right things, but no. Like, it just became very resistant, non-teachable. Like, he was a non-teachable person. Now, what got to me was, now this might be a little discreet for some of y'all, but when we started having sex, he was not circumcised, and I was cool with that shit. Do what you do, baby. Put it together. Okay, make sure it's doing right. And he would, right before we had sex, would go into the bathroom, and I'm like, well, maybe he's just cleaning up or something like that, you know? It would just be very strange. So one time, he told me to bring him something in the shower or something like that. And I seen him squatting down. And I was like, are you washing your ass? What's going on? Like, you know, do men do this? It was a question that I just did not really, it was something I had never seen before. You know, when men shower on their own, I'm thinking it's just something that they do. So right before we would have sex, I would be like, oh, okay, you know, do your thing. Like, that would always be his thing. He would go into the bathroom right before. I'm thinking this is more like a female thing because that's what I'm supposed to be doing, but it is what it is. Now, I want y'all to tell me in the comments down below what y'all think, because I did not know what, you know, men do with circumcisions here in America. That's not, you know, that's not the norm for a man to be non-circumcised. To be circumcised, that's the norm. This Bare Minerals pressed powder. I've used this before, but it's a lot of powder that comes out when it comes out. So I'm just gonna kind of just get a little bit of that Bare Minerals Mineral Veil is what this is called. And I forgot what this one is. But anyway, so right before sex, he would go into the bathroom. I had no idea what he was doing. So one time he asked me to come in there. He was bending down, squatting down. I had to call my brother and be like, Marcus, please tell me what this man is doing. And then I noticed, you know, like usually when you're having sex, I noticed that he would reach back there. So because I was inexperienced with circumcised penises and things like that, I was thinking maybe, you know, that's just his thing to just reach back there. So let me just be real. I'll give you the fucking visual, honey. So he's on top, okay? One hand is back there, back in the back, all right? And I am in missionary position. And he's on his knees squatting, getting ready to enter. He puts his hand back there, and I don't know what's going on. I just didn't know what was going on. I literally had to call somebody that I knew, like, the first time that he did that. And I was like, well, is this something normal? You know, like, is that what people do when they're not circumcised? But no. Okay, he kept doing this every single time that we would have sex. One time he thought that I was asleep. Afterwards. And his hand was back there. Again, laying down like this, and his hand's back there. I'm like, okay, maybe he's got some little ball fetish or something. No, I think he was literally sticking his hand or his finger in there. Now, if I didn't see that, would that be considered down low or somebody who just like to play with the asshole? I don't know. But I had never experienced that in my life. So when he got to cheating on me, the girl started exchanging information. And she was like, is he gay? Because I think I've seen some videos. She had some sort of gay best friend or something like that. I don't know what the fuck was going on, baby. But she was telling me all the information. And as she's revealing this shit to me about what's happening with her and what he did with her. Because, you know, side bitches always want to tell it all. She was asking me, did I think he was gay? And I told her, yep. I think that he does more than beyond some toys. I had no idea what that was. I had to ask one of my male friends, one of my gay friends. And honey, the gay one was like, yes, bitch. I think that turned him on, honey. And after seeing that, it made me really question what men wanted. And are these men really out here confused, just like the women and everybody else? You know, and I'm not the one to judge. I don't give a damn what you do. I'm that motherfucker like, oh, for real? So how you like it? Okay? But I was so embarrassed because I thought that I just didn't know how to take it. I didn't know how to take it in, and I just didn't really understand what I was working with at that time. So I'm just gonna put a little light color in the corners, which is called Pinky Winky on Violet Boss. I forgot what this palette's called, but I really like this one. This is new that I got in Pinky Promise that I got from BoxyCharm in the Charm Room. But yeah, so that situation kept happening. I was asking people, was this normal? Some people had no idea what I was talking about. I asked him, I said, oh, I gotcha. I walked out. We had just had sex. He had his hand back there. He thought that I wanted to go do something for like 10 minutes or so. And I walked in and his hand was back there. Yeah, Chris. But he just wouldn't be real with me. Shit, I'm not bitch. Y'all talk about everything. Shit. I was telling him I watched this porn where this man was jacking off. Okay, naked on webcam and everything. Wife walked in. Okay, to him dead, jacking off to gay porn. And he was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I'll show you." Showed it to him. His neck was stretched looking at that video, honey. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of black in the corners because I want this to look a little, you know, smoky. And then I'm going to go ahead and blend that part in with the same color that I used, which is called Linked. And this one is Lock and Seal. Do a little wispy at the end. Dirty. That's really how I felt. I felt dirty. I felt dirty as fuck. And then when the girl started talking to me, she was like, "Yeah, we have anal sex all the time." And she sent me pictures of the condoms. I was like, oh my God. Honey, why must you do this to yourself? I don't do that. You have to go a great mile, extra mile. Okay, but that's what he wants on the side. That's probably what he wanted to begin with. Like, child, I don't want any parts of this no more. Couldn't even get intimate after a while. I didn't want no intimacy. And plus, you know, he had this chick, he had multiple chicks because we kept breaking up. He kept breaking up with me. And intermittently, he would go stay at friends' houses and have chicks and stuff. And I just, after a while, I couldn't keep up with that fuckery. Okay, so I'm going to get the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions and add some gold tones to it. I just couldn't do it, baby. You're not gonna do me like that, your dirty ass. Now, down low niggas can be my friends, shit. But I ain't finna do that. We ain't doing all that, baby. Okay? I wanna be worshipped and I wanna worship you, but if you trying to do that, okay, I'll find something for you, baby. I'll find it. Okay, you can't. So I am adding, this is the Obsessions Topaz Huda Beauty. I like this palette. It's so pretty because it's just all natural colors. So that to me was enough to set my standards. And imagine, I thought I was going to get married to that man. The heavens stopped that situation from happening on purpose. Yes, they did. Okay, so we're just going to get a little dark color. Blend that in. So I can't do the down low min, but I've gotten to that point where I have met different people that I can tell they have different fetishes. This one man asked me to bite his nipples. He said he liked his nipples to be bitten and to be squeezed. I said I thought that was for me. What are we really doing here, baby? Okay, are we switching roles? Okay. So, yeah, that was enough for me, baby. Now, I am going to add a little bit of red. Because what I'm wearing has really bright red and beads in it. So I'm going to get this red palette, and then I'm going to do my eyebrows and my eyelashes and probably a nude look, a nude lip look. But this is the Twilight Dusk You Can Be palette. So I needed some of these reds in this, especially this Turkish Delight color. And then I'm going to do the other side and then blend. But yeah, I was quite taken back on that sexual interaction. I've been in a lot of situations. I'm like, bitch, I'm supposed to be having my nipples ate. What you talking about? Okay, so it has me at this point and stage where I'd rather just be alone and be me than be bothered with people and their lack thereof and what they're trying to discover in themselves that they didn't know about. So that's where I'm at with that. I love this red. Now I'm going to go in with a lighter color in the corners just to give it a little bit of blend. And then I'm going to use my Brows by Eva pencil. I love this pencil, you guys. I really, really do. And line my eyebrows, okay? So I have to do it in this mirror. So I just line the top with a darker color. just like that. Then I go in with a brown pencil. And do the bottom part and blend as the black is drying. Tell me what y'all think in the comments down below. That is one of the craziest experiences I've ever had in life. And I don't ever want to go through that again because it was very traumatizing. And when you have to ask around about certain things, about what someone is doing, eventually you're going to question why you're even a part of it. So I'm just going to fill this in. Make some wispy brows. And then I make sure that these are both aligned. Just like that. And then I go in with the Brows by Eva and clean up the under eye. Because it can look very 80s, I guess. 80s brows. And I usually just do it with the concealer side. And if I make any mistakes, I always go back in with the brush that I used to blend all the makeup from before. So that way it can keep the color. So go back in with that brush and just fill it in. Especially if you don't want like a chunky highlight. And then after that, I usually want to make sure that the inner corners are matched up. After that, you fill it in with the brown pencil. Okay, so we're going to let that fill in. And then I'm going to show you guys the after look. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Trying to smooth this down before tarot, but tell me what y'all think about this makeup look. And also, tell me what you all feel about what we've been talking about in this video. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining this vlog, and I'll see you guys in the next video.